Where we at? Hey, welcome to our first episode of Industry Insight, where we sit down with owners and business people about their industry and how they navigate through it. Today, we got my man Jeremiah Burns with PB&J with Tay, and we're going to talk to him a little bit about his journey and everything that he does. All right, so Jeremiah, thank you for having me first of all. Let's kick it off. Are you born and raised in San Antonio, Texas?
So San Antonio, I was not born here, but this is my city. I've been here for 44 years. I went to school here. I ended up going to high school in Killeen, Texas. I was born in Germany, but when I was 1 year old, San Antonio became my home. I love this city. I love the culture. I love what it brings. And quite frankly, right now, I love the fact that the community supports us so much in this journey of opening the only peanut butter and jelly restaurant in Texas, man.
Yes.
Wild.
Man, that's awesome, man. I'm kind of like you myself. I'm from Houston, so I came out to San Antonio, and they just do a great job of embracing you, right?
Absolutely.
This is my second home. My family's out here. I met my wife out here, so San Antonio is awesome. So it's from Germany. Okay, Germany to SA. That's cool. All right, so let's jump into the industry. So I know a little bit about your background. I know you said you got into massage therapy at first, and then you jumped into peanut butter with the PB&J with Tay.
Absolutely.
So whenever you were getting started, what I guess shifted to make you want to jump into the food industry first?
So the food industry is something that I had never been in before. You know, I'm a firm believer of finding your gifts and what works for you. I could tell you that I never ever thought that I would be in the food industry in itself. To be honest, I leave here and joke every day, I'm glad I don't own a restaurant. It's an unconventional restaurant, quick sandwich shop. We make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and it is exactly what it is. And the reason that I walk away going, man, I'm glad I don't own a restaurant is because I don't have the staff, I don't have the cook, I don't have the host, I don't have these long hours. I feel like I built a system around something super unique that makes me every day leave here, and I'm not torn to pieces. I'm not worn out. My hours are short, so I can be with my family. But I'll tell you, man, I come from a background of education, college, go to work, get a paycheck. And man, I worked in corporate for 11 years. I have a master's degree from Incarnate Word. And my daughter was a month old, man. And I went back to work. After 3 days, they laid me off. And that just started this like burning inside of me of like, I need to find my own destiny. I need to find my own journey in all of this. And so, man, I'll tell you what happened is I was praying on who am I as a person and what do I want to do to fulfill my cup every single day. And it's wild that it turned into massage therapy and a peanut butter and jelly shop because they're two completely different things.
Right, yes.
But I'll tell you, man, I love working with people in pain. I love working with people who are going through stress, mental health issues. And then I'm quiet in a massage room, working on people. I think you mentioned your wife is a massage therapist, so she knows exactly what that is. There's this peace and comfort that comes with people walking out of that massage room and saying like, thank you for what you did. I didn't know I was hurting. I didn't know I had this much stress. And they leave there. That fills my cup. And then I get to walk over to this restaurant, man, and I open at 11. I take a massage client in the morning. I open at 11, and I get to walk over here, man, and people walk in, and it's happy, it's go-lucky, it's, kids and family. Everybody's got a smile, and I get to feed people. I get to do another thing that really fills my cup. I get to serve the community and serve people. So I always encourage people that when they're trying to find their path in life, it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with a job. It has nothing to do with a company. It has nothing to do with a certain business. It has to do with a passion that burns inside of you that says, this is for me, this is my gift. I care, I love, I enjoy serving. Those attributes that I have, I get to serve both in both businesses. Mind you, it's a rough road. Broke, in debt, over my head, didn't know if I can pay my bills, opened my massage shop. A year and a half later, I opened two businesses in 3 years. And that journey alone was something that taught me if you just follow what your gifts are everything else will fall in place, man.
Man, 100%. And I can relate a lot because we were talking a little bit earlier. I was laid off some months back too. So I really understand how it is to just have to dive in
Yeah.
and make things work. And then you get that spark of like, you know what? I'm going to go all in on my passion.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you got to do it, make or break every day.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. That's an incredible story. So what made you decide peanut butter and jelly though?
To be honest, man, I'm a firm believer in discernment and finding what is for me. I was joking around with my wife, and I had a bunch of different ideas, just trying to find my path. I knew something was still inside of me. After I opened my massage shop, it was just sitting in my chest, and I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, what is it? What is it? There's something else out there for me. And man, I turned to my wife one day, and I was just joking around, like, what about PB&J restaurant? Like everybody, I was like, everybody loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Let's do this. And she's like, man, I think the first thing she said was like, man, you're an idiot. I was like, yeah, I am.
Well, I like
And then yeah, and I said, we'll call it PB&J with Tay. It rhymes with our daughter's name. It rhymes with your name. And I'm telling you, from that instant on, it became this complete and utter obsession, this understanding that I was going to open the only peanut butter and jelly restaurant in Texas. You know, that feeling of waking up at 2 in the morning and just taking notes, and I'm gonna put jelly dripping from the ceiling, and I'm gonna have old rustic tables, and it's gonna feel like you're at grandma's house, and I'm telling you the notes and the notes and the notes. And when you have that burning sensation inside of you that says like, this is for me, that just sits deep, deep in your soul and you can't let it go, that discernment is when you know it's a true gift from God saying like, here, he just hands it to you,
it's
man.
like flooding you with
Yeah, just flooding you with ideas, man. And like I said, you know, it was about three to 4 months from idea to finish. And I'm gonna say this: I don't come from money. I didn't have this bankroll. I just had an idea and the will to get it done. And I bootstrapped this from idea to finish, and with a $1,500 deposit check on the place, and saying like, I don't know what this is, I don't know what I'm getting into, but I'm just gonna run with it. And then you get into the logistics of it, the red tape that you have to deal with the city and the business. And to be honest, if I knew what I was getting into, I don't know if I would have done it. It's now an understanding when people are like, you know what you're doing? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make a peanut butter jelly sandwich out. And then you get into it and you're like, oh, that's what they meant. They want $500 for a permit. They want $500 for a license. They want $500, and you don't have that money. And you're going, where am I getting this from? Like, you know, halfway through, you're broke. You're in debt. You're in over your head. You wondered what you got into. You know, you're apologizing to your wife that maybe you can't pay bills. And yeah, man. And 7 years later, you look back and just like, man, that journey, when you have interviews like this, that journey is just, it's so long to realize that I say this all the time, I'm standing in a place that I prayed for years ago. And that gratitude just never stops. You know, finally paying off debt, finally being able to pay myself. We went through COVID the first 2 years. It was wild. It was the, you know, 2 or 3 customers a day for 2 or 3 years. People weren't coming out to try out a peanut butter and jelly shop during that time. And so, man, what happened I just said, man, I can't let this go until I know how great it can be. You know, and I've mentioned this before. We got top 100 sandwich shops in the nation last year, and we just continue to grow and thrive, and be able to pay myself is the biggest accomplishment and success right now, because that didn't come for years down the road. But yeah, man, I think that discernment in itself, when when people are out there searching for their life, their journey, and where they're supposed to be, the world will throw a lot at you. But it's up to you to say like, this is the one for me, and this is the one I'm gonna thrive at no matter what, because that's the gift I was given to do. And that's hard to do, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.